Today, I'm going to give you an example not of the need for press regulation, but the need for the press to hold politicians to account for what they say. Okay, so here's a news story for you. It's Great Britain's energy networks to get £24 billion upgrade, but bills to rise. And basically, this upgrade, it covers better infrastructure. It's going to allow us to store and transmit energy to the domestic and corporate sectors in the 4 or 5 years leading up to 2031. So it is essential work, takes us into the 21st century, makes us less reliant on geopolitically tumultuous suppliers, the Middle East, warlords, dictators, and primarily Russia, from whom we have got an awful lot of natural gas historically. So it's probably a positive step forward, right? However, it will mean that household bills will have to rise. So I suppose you could temper those bills by regulating the energy sector. But in the absence of that, there is an acceptance that household bills will have to increase to cover some of this cost. Now, here is Net Zero Watch covering it. Ofgem approves £24 billion investment into UK energy networks. And then here is Lee Anderson, Reform MP, net zero, making us all poorer, apart from certain MPs and the odd Labour donor. You'll figure it out, he says. Now, is anybody holding Lee Anderson to account when he says this stuff, or his boss, Richard Tice, when they come out with their anti-net zero stuff? Is there any scientists in the room, any journalists who speak to scientists in the room to say, why are you so against net zero? What's your problem with it? Because from what I can glean from Richard Tice, he always bangs on about using our oil and gas, from the North Sea, as though we'll just pull it out the ground and then we'll all have free oil and gas all the time. That's not going to happen. That has never happened. It is always sold on the global markets. Even the other countries that they wheel out as examples, they say, why should we reduce our emissions when, look, China is still doing coal and oil and gas? Is there any LBC or Talk TV or Telegraph journalist that's like, well, actually, China are building the most solar panel fields, and they are going aggressively into the renewable space. So what's your problem? Why don't you want to? If you're against net zero and the infrastructure, energy security programs that Labour are pushing forward with, if you're against that, you have to provide an alternative. What is your plan? How do you think we should get energy in the next 2 or 3 decades? What's the alternative?